Good evening. So I was gonna start far earlier, um, but I realized I was a little bit behind on my VOD highlighting. And I tried to highlight the VOD that would have expired today, and I highlighted it, and then it just did not show up. So I was like, okay, that's weird. Usually, right after I highlight something, it'll come up in the list of videos. It'll just say, processing. So I'm like, okay, let me try it again just to make sure. Highlighted it again. Nothing came up. It's like, okay. What else can I test here to see if Twitch is just fucking up? I went to try and download the VOD. It didn't work. I went to try and clip something from it, and it didn't work. I was like, oh, I'm about to lose VOD because Twitch is fucking up. But then it showed up like 15, 20 minutes after I had started looking into that. So, yeah, fun times. Alright, how are we looking? Bitrate looking good. Cool. Yep, I think we're good to go. Are you fucking serious? How does pressing escape here not close the goddamn options menu? Incredible. Yeah, so, I haven't streamed this in a little bit, and I didn't stream it over the weekend despite me playing it. And depending on how quick this goes, I may cut off the stream early, apparently because I should probably get my VODs highlighted before something else happens. But yeah, I wasn't given the way that you enter Cruel difficulty, I'm not 100% sure if there's going to be something different at the end of Act 3, or Act 3 Cruel, to bridge into the endgame. But I would like to see if it does have something, and I'd like to get it on stream. I will say, second time through, like, blasting through, yeah, definitely faster. I'll evaluate it once I actually get to the end, but it took about a day and an hour, I think it was, to get to Cruel. And I think it's taken, like, 8 hours to get to here. So, like, unironically, like, Acts 1 through 3 are taking me, like, an entire Path of Exile 1 playthrough. And to some degree, that's to be expected. New game, I don't have the heuristics and kind of instincts I do for Path of Exile 1. There's a lot more that I have to think about. There's a lot more that I... Like, there was a night or two where I just, like, left the game on while I was eating or doing something else and just had the passive tree open and just, like, search through more than anything else. So there's probably, like, an hour or two you could probably shave off this between, like, sitting around and stuff like that. And, yeah, I'm definitely concerned that subsequent playthroughs are going to take a bit. That I'm perhaps not going to be able to cut off nearly as much time as I would like. And it's difficult to kind of put a, or draw a solid line through where the amount of time I'm going to cut off by getting to know the game better and what I'm not going to be able to cut off just because of the nature of the game. But honestly, like, I would expect... Like, if I had one build down really well, I could see this taking, like, an entire weekend of the 12-hour streams I usually do to get through it. And even then, that might not be enough, or it would be massively prone to potentially getting fucked by item drops and stuff like that. Yeah. It's not to say I'm having a bad time with it, but, like, I'm keeping in mind a lot of the things people have said about the game up until this point. Until I actually played it myself. And I don't know if I 100% agree with everything, but I can definitely see where people have been feeling the things they've been saying. Now, I did actually make a couple of changes to the passive tree. I was going mom, and I realized that this whole investment was actually kind of a waste. Especially when I could route down here and get a few more things that kind of make a bit more sense. And also grab a node here. I'm honestly I'm investing into mana recovery again after I kind of like rearranged everything and got a bit more ES and stuff like that. Also just got another set of chaos nodes, which fun fact by the way, when you gaining damage as extra damage only applies to hits. Or sorry, excuse me. It does not affect damage over time. So I think that ailments... So this is the bit I'm not 100% sure on, because I'm pretty sure this has no effect on Essence Strain or Contagion, because their hits, if they do hit, are disconnected from the amount of damage they do. But I feel like this would contribute to poison hits. So, for example, for Chaos Bolt, that does a set of damage, and then you gain 11% of that damage as extra chaos. I'm pretty sure the way this is worded, that extra damage would contribute to a poison thing, but you don't just get an extra 11% of damage over time damage as chaos. I have still invested into this, though, because between Dark Effigy and Chaos Bolt, like, that's still a pretty significant amount of damage. Or at least at the moment it is. The next thing I'm kind of looking for is getting at least one of these once I've got a bit more mana regen. The level of my gems is starting to catch up with me in terms of mana cost. Like, Despair is costing half of my mana pool at the moment, or over half of my mana pool, which is a lot more than I was expecting it to cost, even at the high end. So yeah, there's probably... I'm gonna reinvest a little bit more into mana. I may even head down here. There's a couple of juicy nodes in terms of, like, life regen and mana regen that I think it'd be nice to take. Because they're already relatively close because of where I am. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. And yeah, we just drained the city. It's pretty normal for PvE2. My flammability was like 67% of my mana for a long time. Yeah. It doesn't help that I've got like +3 to chaos spell skills, and I've been keeping all of my shit up to date. So like, Despair is costing as much as it possibly could with my gear set. Yeah, also, hi Valk, how's it going? And, like, to be fair, my mana regen's still, like, pretty strong, because the Lich node is very good, so long as I keep pumping life. So it's kept me good, but it's starting to affect my Zenith setup with Essence Drain. Plus levels is king, so you gotta work around it. It's nice that you get your whole mana pool now, though, so that's something... Yeah, exactly. Not doing bad. Nah, good to hear. And yeah, like, I gotta say, you know, GGG were like, yeah, we want mana to matter again, and I don't think I hate it. Infection. Like, genuinely, I don't think I hate the fact that it's a thing. I do need to play other builds. Does matter, but managing mana is boring. Yeah, I mean, there's a point where it just feels like prohibitive and not like I feel like the most fun it gets is like I feel like it's the most fun when it's like your Archmage and shit like that, right? Where, like, you need to, like, have a strategy for dumping mana to gain a bunch of damage, and then use that to, oh man, I'm flobbing. Wow, apparently I can't talk and play at the same time anymore. That's incredible. And yeah, you're right. It's sold through gear, which, like, I don't know, like, a lot of the game is sold through gear. Like, mana regen's definitely not the only thing that kind of falls victim to that. Oh my... Ugh. I don't know, like, honestly, I think like, one of the things they've done that I do actually like is that, they found other purposes for it, right? Although, I do kind of wish Mom wasn't, like, all damage is taken from mana before life. I feel like it's too dissimilar, not too dissimilar to hit expertise in WoW. You don't really get much satisfaction from solving it. Yeah, and it'd be different if there was, like, a reason to dump mana, right? So things like, the Infernalist's whole deal with turning mana into flame, and, like, having a different minigame with that. Like, that's cool. And I think is closer to what they actually want. But I do worry, honestly, that in pursuing that particular goal, that they're just gonna do D3. Like, they're just gonna end up with Diablo, where every single class has, like, a different, resource to manage that acts differently. It's great when you build around it, and I think it really shouldn't... It shouldn't really be a thing you need to work around elsewhere. Yeah. Or... Yeah, like, the other thing is, too, that, like, even look at the way the Liches work, the Lich works, right? Like, one of the nodes on the Lich is just your, base mana regen is based on your life. And that's, like, sometimes enough. But it does mean you have a different build thing. But then again, like, what you're talking about is, like, when it is a build problem, and that just makes it a different build problem, as opposed to a more enjoyable problem to solve. So... yeah, I don't know. Oh my fucking god. I really hope I get time to dissect it, but I really want to figure out why the fuck the mouse aiming in this game is dog shit. So much about this game feels really good to play, but then just pointing in a direction and a spell going off seems to have, like, seems to have ran into problems, and I can't figure out why. Also, God, I wish the dodge roll had more iframes. Find WASD movement to be just fast superior. Yeah, I'm gonna try that when I try out a Witch Hunter. Because I think either that or an Amazon is the next thing I want to play.
While I do admire darkness, filth I cannot abide.
What was the other thing? There's something else that's been bothering me about. Oh yeah, I did say, like, I just wish the dodge roll had a little bit more iframes. Or let me rephrase that then. I want the animation time of the dodge roll to actually reflect the iframes. I feel like I genuinely don't understand where the iframes in this fucking thing are. And it is annoying the shit out of me. Unless they changed it in 0.2, I don't even think the dodge roll has iframes for all attacks. Oh, okay. One of the things, or the other thing I think is actually a massive problem for, like, their actual gameplay philosophy is, there's a thing that keeps happening for bosses that are big enough, where they will... They have a set of attacks that's like, it does a swing, they'll do a melee attack, and then a melee attack, and then a melee attack. Generally, it's like 3 of them, can be a bit more, but that's the general thing. But if you ever get hit with one of those attacks, you get, like, carried with them throughout the entire combo, and generally speaking, rolling out of it isn't going to do shit. And it does not feel good. It feels dog shit. Like, oh, you missed the first part of the sequence, there is no way out of this now, you're just along for the ride. First half the roll animation avoids damage from projectiles and non-AoE attacks, so it's only specific attacks. Oh, yeah, I suppose it doesn't actually... Right, you can't dodge AoE attacks. I might be mixing up, like, slams and AoE attacks then. Like, that genuinely could be the problem. But it is one of those things where I'm going to have to just feel it out for a while. Get into more scenarios where I am relying on the dodge roll. Like, for the Witch at least, like, if you're dodge rolling, well, the strategy is don't ever get in a situation where you need a dodge roll, because you're already kind of fucked. Small burst of speed. Yeah, honestly, that might actually be the problem that I've been having. What? Really? Oh, fucking hell. But yeah, I genuinely think they need to, like, think of what they do. Think of what happens when a big boss is, like, moving forward at the player and they just swing. Because at the moment it feels like if you get caught by that first attack, you're just along for the ride and there's no dodging it, and that's shit. Like, if you're not going to deal all of that damage in one hit, you should let the player have counterplay, and if the player doesn't have counterplay, then what the fuck? Like, why is it a sequence of attacks then? May as well, like... Well, I guess it's attacks because then armor would be completely fucking useless, but... instead of just kind of bad. Jesus Christ. My experience, the counterplay is to have 25 to 30 MS boots and be like, be able to kite. Yeah, 100%. But no, but like I feel like even then, I feel like the scenario I'm talking about, like there is just like straight up no counterplay.
Keep your eyes sharp.
Like no amount of rolling or timely rolling or anything like that is actually going to save you. I got a lot of boots that like could be good if I can slam some exalts on them.
pretty thing. I like it.
Oh, right, I should, slam some on you two. Okay, that's garbage. Maybe later.
Take your time. My tribe could use it.
I should put these away as well. Keep holding on to them because I kind of wanted to switch them, but I don't think it's going to happen. Not the way the rest of my resistances are currently looking.
What happened?
Where's my portal? There it is. Yeah, I play Summoner, so I had 15 bodies to be meat shield for me. Yeah, honestly, I had, Skeleton Warriors for, like, 90% of the campaign. Because as it turns out, having some bodies in front of you is just the best defense against a bunch of shit that's gonna leap onto you. What? Oh my god, fucking... So good for leveling, you can give them shit to stun and arm break, yeah. I didn't give them too much, and honestly, I probably should have given them more, all things considered. But yeah. There's definitely a lot of stuff like that that I feel like I need to get on top of, where it's just like, oh, actually, so long as you have this stat, or if you can get this much of this stat in the first 2 acts, always use this skill. Because there's just no reason not to. Should really stop cursing. Or at least, like, throw it out at the end. Your scepter in the offhand for 3 subs. Well, yeah, that's what I did. But I'm talking about more things like that, right? Like, and, you know, then you use the supports with it, because why wouldn't you? I saw, for example, Zizaran using Flame Wall from level 1. Even though, like, I think he had... I don't think he had anything that could actually benefit from it. But it was just, that's extra spell damage over time. Might as well have that, you know? Fuck, I haven't actually been paying attention to the way I've been moving. No, he was using, like, Flame Wall, Contagion, No. This was definitely 0.2. Did he have ranged skeletons? If he did have ranged skeletons, I feel like he wasn't positioning those things like he did, but I could be wrong. No, I remember that being god tier though. I remember seeing the hotfix go through that, like, made it so it was dealing damage as if it was doing some separate amount of damage or something like that. Yeah, well, but that's it, right? It's like, yeah, Flame Wall's just free damage. It's like in Path of Exile 1. Do you have anything that... Why is there a fucking lore note in the wall there? Hello? Hi? Hello? Map bug or secret? Oh yeah, there's a fucking... They placed it... Okay. Alright. My primary spell is a summoner. All the minions throw projectiles through it for plus fire. Maybe he did have a bunch of... Maybe he did have projectile minions and I didn't notice. I thought he only had, melee minions at the time, but I guess he could have also been prepping for that. Actually, no. I'm gonna trust my gut. I've been moving in this direction already. Remember last time, this is one big one big circle, so best treat it like that. Oh, oh my god. Yeah, like, he might have been prepping for having archers, which makes a bit more sense. He did end up going summoner, so that probably... that lines up. But no, it was like, at the point he was in, he had, like, Skeleton Warriors, a Flame Wall, Contagion, and Unearth. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe I should have just gotten Flame Wall. That's just free damage. Got pretty much every skull. For fuck's sake. What the fuck is this shit, man? Oh boy, I cut pretty much every skill while leveling to try him out. Yeah, I saw Essence Drain Contagion, and I saw, what was it? Dark Effigy, and went, yep, that's my build. There is, like, nothing else to really say about that. That's just archetype I will go for. And I'm glad I waited for when I did, because, like, I don't know what I was gonna do with Essence Drain Contagion with, like, Blood Mage or some shit. The answer to that is not very well, but, yeah. Yeah, let me check here first. Excuse me, excuse me. Oh, fuck. Is it over there? Unless there's an entire other section to the west, I don't know where the fuck this map is actually leading me. Also, like, everyone and their mother has said it, but, like, yeah, these areas... These areas are more complex on average, and they're bigger on average, and I wouldn't mind that if that was 1 or 2 areas where that was the point, but it feels like every fucking area. And, yeah. Oh, this is... Oh, no, it is. Okay. Yeah. Haven't they already cut the size down here, or is this one still in progress? This one definitely got cut down. If this is the actual size of the area, this is a lot smaller than it was before. This shit took me 45 minutes to go through. Yeah, I got in before and after they made those changes, I think. Or maybe just after. I can't remember, but...
Clean skin, wet. Just my family disgust you. They taste better than they look.
She eats her young. Vile.
Turn to filth. Latan. Latan. Brethren, to me. Turn to filth. Latan.
Ow.
Latan. Latan.
Whew. Got in one go that time.
Disgusting pig of a woman. One golden idol for the optimist.
Alright, I still need to go and find... Whoop. The woman with the cauldron. Is that still a thing on this one? Sure is. I guess I don't really need to, but I've already got the fucking... I've already got the mushrooms. Oh my god. Alright, this one I may need to actually search a little bit for.
Right.
Okay, I guess Contagion just didn't fucking land on anything. What the fuck?
Death is my power to wield.
Enhancement, dude. Oh, defense. Okay, that's neat. I can use that.
Infection.
Scusi. Ah, there we go.
Here is everything you need. Thank you, sister. I accept this gift.
Thank you. You got anything I give it? Oh, god damn. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. Okay. That is a fantastic ring. God damn. Alright. Now we go and fight the sun.
Quickly.
Don't care. Ooh. I mean, yeah. That's an easy switch out. This could still get. My kingdom for a, life flask with the, good shit on it. That's one of them fucking really good ones. I've got two really good ones now. Well, this one doesn't have a life roll or anything on it, but
Welcome.
oh, I should have sold that. God damn it. Wait, what are the... Hold on. Did the Treasures of Utsol... Did that give me points before? I forget. It's a reward. Oh, it's an uncut skill gem. Okay, I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, OBS, where'd you go? There you
Found
are.
it. Oh well. Good luck. Something of immense power resides within. I shall harness it. Blinding. Ugh. Suffer and die! Ancient fools!
One thing I'm actually really impressed by that I didn't expect to be impressed by is just how much dialogue there is for combat. Like, the amount of dialogue the witch has for, like, very specific enemies they fight is just... oh. And, like, they really didn't need to go this hard, but I do appreciate it. Even though it kind of does get a little weird when she's fighting... when she's fighting Val in the future, or in the past, sorry. And she's still calling them, like, ancient fools. It's like, girl, you're in their time. This isn't ancient. What are you doing? Set you... no. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ooh! Ooh! Okay, alright, okay. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like, presentation, voice acting, even story. Like, the story they're doing at the moment is, like, pretty fucking ambitious, I gotta say. And that gives me a lot of hope, because, like, they have put a lot of thought into this very clearly, and I just really hope that, like, they zero in on, refining the gameplay side of it. Because I also really like that too. Like, all of the... every unique enemy I fought, or minus, like, one or two that I feel like are just victims to, hey, I get teleport dragged into every attack this enemy does. Like, they've been really cool, and honestly, kind of the most fun I've had in a PoE game. But, like, yeah, there's just, like, one or two other things. This was a mistake. Yeah, that was dumb. I don't know why I did that. I gotta have a cooler head with the fucking sun. I feel like I'm way too eager to just be like, yeah, let's rush through because the sun's gonna hurt me. I swear to fucking God, dude. Weird fucking... Lotus design is just archaic, or kind of fights itself. Like, you want it slow with dodging and parrying, but make the mobs swarm you. Yeah, Yeah. Oh, no, right, I was going here. Get that mana out.
Get out of my way! Infection!
Some exploding corpses? What the fuck? Yeah, they're in controlled environments, but outside that, the Souls-like design stuff really doesn't feel good in the Ape RPG design they have. I feel like the only problems it actually has in that space are actually outliers, like stuff they could legitimately fix. And, you know, the speed of some monsters and stuff like that is definitely part of that. Some of the stuff they acknowledged in that interview with Ziz. It also, like, and on it, okay, I might be stepping out of line here, because I genuinely don't like, oh my god, it's in the other corner, isn't it? I see, so it can be in either corner. Didn't know that. I get the impression that this is... I get the impression they felt they needed to get something out to people by now, which honestly is a good idea to start, like, getting feedback in that. But they're both simultaneously still, like, working on and working through their ideas for, like, really specific stuff, like how charms are actually working, how many you have, and stuff like that. In a way that makes me worried that they're, like, rushing it. And that perhaps we're still seeing a lot of stuff that they haven't really thought through or, like, gone back and tested. Because one thing someone, I think it was, honestly, it was probably Reddit, and I don't usually take fucking points like this from it. But it really feels like they haven't had the point in the project where you step back and go, alright, is all of this cohesive now? Like, is all of this actually blending together well? And there's just things like the removal of movement speed and the size of the actual areas. What charms do and don't do. And stuff like that that makes me a bit like, okay, I do kind of expect some of this stuff to be ironed out, but then they'll go into interviews and they'll be like, and Jonathan at least will be kind of unaware of what the actual friction point is that people are getting frustrated with. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, we have Path of Exile 2 thanks to scope creep, and honestly, I think there's a lot of things that, like, to their credit, I think there's a lot to this that or for the broader health of their company and the games they make, as well as, like, catering to both audiences and not, like, cannibalizing and getting rid of a game everyone likes. I think they have made every right decision from, like, the very high-level, broad, multi-product things they are making, right? But what they're still working through is how this new project, like, really comes together. Which is both a good and a bad thing. It's a bad thing because a lot of the impression people end up getting is that they just don't know what they're doing, and I don't think that's the case. I think this is perfectly normal for a project that has taken the path it has. They just haven't gotten to that stage where they really need to, like, pull themselves back and go, is this all actually making sense right now? But it is also good because they get players and get player feedback, and that a lot earlier than maybe they would have if they could have sat on their hands for a fair while longer. Unfortunately, like, it just, like...
Suffer!
Oh, It's also very on brand for GG to have a lot of conflicting changes patch to patch, but I also think they are rushing, like you said, but mostly due to how the popularity exploded. Yeah, I genuinely, and my biggest problem with the way they're doing this at the moment is they're really not treating it like early access, which means that people also are less inclined to treat it like early access, and you get a lot of the dialogue and discussions we usually have for a full PoE release, as opposed to a PoE that is still being finished. Like, half the fucking classes aren't in the game, half the story isn't in the game, and already there's tons of people like, nah, game's dead on arrival. It's like, what the fuck? Y'all! They clearly don't have the capacity at the moment to maintain one game and develop another. I don't know if that's even true. I think that, I think they were further along with PoE 2 than they hoped, than they actually were. Well, they hoped they were further along than they actually were, and then they realized that. And I really hope they actually just say, like, okay, maybe this doesn't release in 2025, and if we're gonna treat early access like it is actually live and people, paid for it, and we don't want to break people's experiences or anything like that, then we need to slow the release. Like, they just straight up need to keep chipping away at this and actually still develop PoE 1. Like, I think that's the problem. I think they're trying to race to the finish line and be like, no, just one more season, just one more league launch, and then it'll be fine, and then it'll be all good. And I think they have to realize, like, no, they can't fucking treat it like that. And, I mean, the reality is, too, that I feel like they've been doing fine. Like, yeah, there's been different cadence in some of the patches for PoE 1, but I feel like they could have maintained that clip for, like, another year, and, like, they wouldn't have needed, actually, sorry, what am I saying? I feel like they could have released the game, and very much like, hey, y'all, early access, we're going to be fiddling things around, this 3 months is going to be tumultuous or whatever, and they could have continued at the clip they were already going with PoE 1 and PoE 2 in tandem. But I honestly think that they're getting a bit too full. I feel like they're still trying to rush PoE 2, which is not good. And I feel like the more I get that feeling from them, the more we're going to have problems like this, where, like, PoE 1 starts to be affected, or they release a big patch with, like, obvious balance mistakes and shit in it. Which, also, yeah, EA, that's going to happen. But at the same time, like, really? You doubled the health of minions throughout the... monsters throughout the game? Like, how the fuck does that happen? Or maybe they thought that, like, better to just hit every single monster in the game rather than try and reverse the balance on every skill? I don't really know. Where the fuck is the... Oh my god, it's on... Alright. Yeah, that's my bad. I should have fucking checked the left corner before I even went anywhere. That's on me. I don't know. I could talk about the state this game is in until the cows come home. Like, I have so many thoughts on it. Oh shit, that's a fucking rare. Well, there is a rare. Wait, where the fuck is the rare? Huh? What? Oh, there it is. Fucking gigantic molten circle. Ooh. Is that the one that lets you switch? Hold on. I think I know.
Ancient power.
Yeah, life and mana flasks can be equipped to eat in either slot. Yeah. I feel like no one uses that belt. Well, I feel like no one would use that belt. Maybe that's just a chance orb shard then. Jesus Christ. Feels like it should be a notable. Yeah. It honestly feels like a Keystone thing. It's a little bit... It's a little bit more of a significant shift than just a notable. But it could be a cool thing to turn into a notable, you know? I think one thing I have noticed is that they're being very cautious, and I completely understand why, of throwing in very, very powerful, like, raw damage stuff. Which is why you're probably seeing a lot more uniques that do this kind of thing, that are a lot more utility-focused. Because they want to fill in the unique quota a lot more. Oh, shit. Ow. What the... Also, like, I've had random No. No. I've had random scenarios like that where spells just don't fucking go off. Oh my god. I find, belts either will be a big source of res or the chase item, so it's hard to fit. Yeah, true. Find they do put a lot of the nice unique effects on pieces you can't really have a unique on due to required affixes or weapon DPS. Like, skeleton boots have no MS. Yeah, which, like, you know, people go with no movement speed in PoE 1 with, like, the Ralakesh boots, but that's because you have, like, enough other points of movement speed and mobility that you don't necessarily need that. Also, frenzy charges give you movement speed, so... yeah. Anyway. Gamer mode.
Let the sun curl your flesh.
This fellow has been here far too long.
Euphoria. Timewarp was in breath.
Did you do this last time, fellow? Oh, I remember you doing that.
Touch of cold pick. The heat radiates. Touch of cold pick.
Oh, I haven't been touched by that in a while. I forgot that's what that did.
Timewarp was in breath.
It's just... fuck that totem in particular, god damn. Oh, shit.
Wither away before my breath.
You fucking cunt. I don't know what you're meant to do with that ability. You can't move fast enough to dodge it.
Wait your return, O great Cope. Let the sun curl your flesh. The heat radiates.
Witness.
That's right, fella. Just keep doing that shit.
Touch of cold pick. Euphoria.
Ow. Eat shit. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what the fuck to do about that, like, fusillade attack.
Val ingenuity never ceases to amaze me. These runes. I can make out symbols for blood and offering.
Yeah.
Wait, no. It's not a blood offering, it's someone of Val blood. Perhaps if I...
Do what you do best, Alva.
It worked!
Also, I have to admit, in terms of the story, up until this exact point in normal, I was like, okay, yeah, story's going interesting. You know, the Hooded One reveals themselves, and I called that from a mile away because of the way they were talking. Oh, well, sorry, no, what? Not the way they were talking, what they were talking about. I literally did, like, a story playthrough of Path of Exile 1 to be like, I should have this for reference, and then...
I can't believe it!
Yeah, wow, that helped a lot.
The entire time.
But yeah. This was the point in the story that I went, okay, alright, y'all, what the fuck are you doing?
Gateway. Oh, how incredible!
What exactly is going on?
Are these living Val? In the flesh? Hello! My name is Alva Valai. It was I who... No, don't run away! Oh, I think we pose a threat. Let's go after them.
But I am also worried that we're about to, like, time paradox. Well, no. I determined there's ways this cannot be a time paradox, but I feel like now the answer to the reason the Val have disappeared is not, in fact, just because of the Cataclysm. And not because that Ziri literally tried to commune with the Beast. But actually because some of them fucked off into the future.
Hey! Putrefy! Oh, I was hoping to avoid conflict.
You best start believing in ARPGs, Alva. Doriani thinks we're the PoE1 pro tag, so it may be our fault. Yeah, like, that's what I was thinking, right? Is, like, actually, the reason Doriani is doing some of the shit he's been doing is because Alva and the previous Exile went back in time, and Doriani's like, well, fuck that shit. I need to be prepared for if that stuff starts hitting, popping off. Lo and behold, he was fucking right. Which is funny, because, like, I reckon the logic Doriani used was like, okay, if I want to capture whoever the fuck is actually doing this, I need to create a time portal that's activated specifically by Val blood, so that the person in the future who clearly already does have Val blood will trigger it. But then, he didn't account for the fact that Alva is actually a time traveler, and would, say, have access to some people to help her in other times as well, for her to come through. I'm a little rusty on, like, the exact implications, because, like, I don't know if Doriani thinks we're actually the Exile from... Well, okay, to be fair, I haven't gotten to the end of Act 3 yet, because I don't know what happens in the bridge between Act 3 and Maps, and I feel like I remember someone going through a, like, very vaguely, like, I wasn't paying attention to it at all, but I feel like I watched someone else go through a very different sequence of events at the end of Act 3. And I have to imagine that that's actually, I have to imagine that that's, maybe going from Act 3 Cruel into Maps, rather than, what do you call it? Yeah, the Demon of Atsuatl. Yeah. Which, like, is probably enough. Because we're not playing the same characters as PoE 1. Though I honestly, I do wonder if we'll actually encounter any of them. It would probably be a bit weird, though, because, like, I don't know if... I can't remember if we're the only person to survive the... ooh, Jesus Christ. I can't remember if we're the only ones to survive the ship, or going on to raid class from the ship we were in PoE 1. Oh my fucking god, the aiming, dude. Fucking killing me. Oh my god, you know what I didn't do for the boss? I didn't change my goddamn Essence Drain support. Oh, thank you.
Bigger heart than mine, to be sure.
If we go to the Temple of Atsuatl, then probably, but I think this is based significantly far into the past that I don't really see how it could happen at the moment. Yeah, that's a bit that's unclear to me. But clearly, like... Well, no, it doesn't, I feel like Doriani, during the fight, says something to the effect of the destruction of Atsuatl will be paid, tenfold or some shit like that. Implying that whatever happened in Atsuatl, with Alva heading back in time with the exile from PoE 1, already happened when we come here. Because it's also implied when we fight Doriani that, like, Atziri is, like, just about to commune with the beast. Like, this is the 11th hour of the fucking, of the Val. And Doriani is, and, yeah. So, like, it would have had to have happened before then? And, like, the other thing that makes me think it's, kind of means we're somewhere between Alva's meddling, the beast's appearance, and its return for PoE 1 story, which could be thousands of years. True, but that kind of just means we're somewhere between Alva's meddling, the beast's appearance, then its return. No, well, no, that's not true. What the point in time we are in right now is, like, the cusp of the Val falling into... the cusp of the Val civilization ending. It's like, that is a very specific period of time. Unless I'm misunderstanding the event you're talking about. Yes. And then this... Oh my god, and then this fucking bit.
Your rampage ends here!
Don't worry. I can solve this. This is all just a misunderstanding.
Which one of you activated the gate? Which one of you is a Val blood?
Why, that was me, of course. I am Alva Valai, treasure hunter extraordinary.
Take her! Bring her to Doriani. As for you, I will pay back every drop of Val blood you have spilled.
You're all dead anyway.
You will fall before us.
Ooh. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it, it's fine.
Feel Arakali's sting!
Ah, fuck, here we go.
Suffer! I need more time. Somehow.
Ah! God damn it! That's my favorite bit of the entire story, honest to God. Because, like, in the back of my mind, I saw, like, Viper, and I was like, that name, like, rings a bell, and I have no fucking idea why. And then that happens, and I was like, oh! Oh, that's who that is. Oh, man. And that honestly, that thing kind of makes me think that a lot of this game is going to actually be causing the events of or setting up a bunch of things that end up happening in PoE 1, because one of the big like cosmic level things that kind of is implied about PoE 1 throughout a lot of leagues and stuff is that time is essentially repeating. Like, the cycle of leagues is actually a real timeline in the Path of Exile universe, and that we just keep spiraling more and more through them. And the only characters that are actually aware of that are the Trial Master, because he's, with Chaos, and, Karui, God of Death, Hinakura. And I feel like there's gonna be this whole thing about, like, wait a minute, so, like, what, the Beast is coming back and shit like that, and then Acts 4, 5, and 6 are gonna be like, yeah, this is just the same cycle trying to start again. We've moved on 20 years in one timeline, but it's actually trying to come back around to doing the same shit again. Or at least, like, now that we're 20 years in the future, the timeline is, like, heaving itself towards sustaining another timeline to happen the way PoE 1 does. I don't know. Those couple of moments here, like going back in time, seeing Viper get taken by the Legion, and then a bunch of shit that Doriani says about, like, his motivation for why he's even doing why he's doing specific parts of the stuff we are seeing. Jesus Christ, that had my mind racing. Oh. Cannot wait to see where they actually go with it all. Also, how come that motherfucker gets whirling blades and we don't? Yeah, because that's literally the character that is the general in Legion. It's fucking great. And then, like, I can't remember who I was watching that brought it up, but there's dialogue in Trial of the Ancients that speaks to the trials you will take on in Path of Exile 2. And it specifically says, like, the Maraketh and the Val. which is, and it also heavily implies that, the Karui are going to be part of that, and considering Act 4 is going to happen on Namakanui, like, I'm all money down on we're getting Trial of the Ancestors as an Ascension trial. Like, I think that's going to be the third trial. Hang on, you said something about the Val. Oh, I kind of meant the present PoE 2, not past PoE 2. We're somewhere between Alva's meddling, the Beast's appearance, and its return for PoE 1's story. Present PoE 2. As it appears the Val have been gone for quite some time. Yeah, Val, yeah, you do. I went through it very recently, and, like, let me tell you, it was not a question to me at all who the hooded one was. There's so many hints that he drops to his identity, and like, I'm not just talking about appearance or anything like that. There's, like, very specific things he talks about, like, as early as Act 1, where it's like, that's who that is. But yeah, also, I remember the timeline also being, like, all over the place for me, too. Like, because I had to remember, too, that, like, this point in history is, like, I think historical records in Path of Exile start with the Val. So, like, we are as far into the past as recorded history can almost tell us. Which means all of this shit happens, like, thousands of years before PoE 1 does. Like, probably, like, 3,000 years. Considering, the events of PoE 1 take place in, like, 1580 or something like that. And then the current year in this game is, like, 1619 IC. I genuinely need to also go back through Kit and Cat Noodle's, lore videos. Because there's a bunch of shit that, like, I just couldn't quite connect in my head at the time. Like, there's a bunch of stuff about, like, some of the societies that, oh, shit. I'm gonna put down my totem. Yeah, there's just, like, a bunch of shit, that's, like, buried in, that game's acts. That, like, now that I look at it is, well, actually, to be fair, a lot of the stuff that's been set up for PoE 2 has been in leagues. More than, like, the actual first story. Oh, dear. Alright, back up. Like, there's a bunch of shit that the Trial Master and Hidekora talk about. There's a shitload of Sanctum lore that, like, actually tells you about the true origin of, like, innocence and sin. There is so much shit in, like, especially, like, the last, like, 2 years worth of leagues. Oh, shit, hold on. That's the thing. Actually, I should probably go through the Kit and Cat Noodle videos once I get done with this. That'll be my next binge watch, I think.
can I?
Did you get anything cool? Doesn't look like it. Should see if I can actually... Oh, wrong tab. I should see if I can actually trade that for anything. Oh, attack speed? I don't think I care. Ugh, 35 fucking fire res on deck space. Fuck you.
You know not what you do.
Yeah, I'm aware. What the fuck? Oh. Oh, I must have cut that shaving. Shit. What else have we got to sell? Oh, actually, no, this is transmute. Why is it always emerald rings? I swear I've had a curse where nothing but emerald rings will appear in... Hello.
Be wary.
No, wrong one. Fuck it. Keep the other one around just in case. Just give me more elemental rings. Fuck. Actually, hold on a second.
Don't drink the water.
Is that cold ring? Oh no, that is straight up better than... Oh my god, what was I... Yeah, fucking what? Why was I not using that? Yeah. Oh, that already had lightning res. That already had lightning res. That already had lightning res. Jesus Christ. Oh, well, at least I'm overcapped on cold. Kinda hard to go wrong there. Alright. Oh. Should sell off
Hey there.
that.
Take care.
Alright. Back to it. Also, this is kind of awkward. I don't know why they form the portals in the past only. Or in the past only.
This looks valuable.
Also, Valk, am I remembering incorrectly, or is the default in PoE 1 to not pick up things you manually click on? Like, you have to alt click to pick them up. I can't remember whether that's a change I made, or if the default is just different in PoE 2. Jesus. Alt click must be something you did. I guess so. Admittedly, it was very annoying to... Default is just click. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I think I did that because I was too annoyed about, like, my character going to pick shit up during combat. Seems like the kind of thing I get annoyed at. Why did you fucking... Reasons I like WSD movement so much. Fair. Definitely fair. Alright, never mind. God. Oh, thanks, mate. Oh my god.
Death and decay.
Oh my god.
Another corpse to serve me.
Oh my.
Putrefy.
Blood Sacrifice. Right, I've still got to find that to get my... something. Oh, that might be my last passive points, actually. Yeah, sorry I'm not talking as much, but, kind of realized I was not making the time I thought I was. And especially talking a lot about, like, the story and shit like that. Makes, well, in depth about the mechanics, too. Like, I can't really do that and concentrate on the intense game, or the intensity of the gameplay, ironically. Die, please. Where did I want to go next? Do I go here and grab that, or do I increase Wither? 40% Wither effect's pretty fucking good. Yeah, fuck it. Hey. It's time I did some eye drops.
How can I advise?
You. That's a pretty tall order. I might keep that for a future crafting thing. Whew. 152 life? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, okay, that's 2 separate rolls. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of fucking life. Holy shit. Oh, and it's got 2 res rolls on it, too. Oh my god, I think I'm saving that for a different character.
Our local. Stay wary.
Oh, no, I had another thing for you.
Our local. Don't get eaten.
Here to help.
Mana. Alright.
Ancient fool! Suffer and die!
Oh my god.
Take you!
Oh, that's another rare. Oh, Jesus. I didn't even notice. I thought I just didn't actually hit that person, hit that fucker properly. I will say, these last, like, 2 to 3 areas feel a bit like a bit of a slog. Like, I understand it's kind of a gauntlet, but, like, Jesus Christ, there's, like, it's just walk forward and keep going. There are obviously some, like, side, Chaos Statue. 100% it gets old quickly. Yeah. Like, if this... if Exile and the Agarat were actually one big area in 2 smaller chunks, I think that would work, like, really well. But going through the entirety of Exile and then the entirety of Agarat, even if you did break up Exile with, like, the kidnapping of Alva, like, the kidnapping of Alva lasts for, like, a long fucking time. Might just need a minor story beat there or some other event. Yeah, honestly. Or you put a like, the first area is like, okay, let's get Servi to come with us because, like, we don't know, she might know some history, and then we start, like, piecing a couple of things together of, like, shit, okay, the Val think we're from the future, and that's a problem. Well, they think we're a threat, so let's go up to find this Viper woman, talk to her, and clear this up. And that's where we go to the Agarat, and that's where Alva gets kidnapped and you fight Viper, which leads into a mini area before the Black Chambers. Like, unfortunately, this stretch just feels, like, very linear, and there's not much going on during it. Oh.
Give up all hope!
What I've heard, there are a lot of side events and stuff that are planned and not implemented yet, which is one of the reasons for the huge zones. Oh! Huh. Oh, there's the Black Chambers. One way to alleviate some of the zone issues. Yeah, for sure. But, like... See, here's the problem, and it's like... that's cool. I don't know if I want more. I think I want just it more streamlined. Like, I think you can both make it smaller and make it, I think you can make it smaller and make it, have more stuff in it. But, like, I don't know, I feel like we're getting on the higher end of, like, what is actually, like, reasonable. But, like, yeah. And honestly, maybe it is, maybe part of it is definitely because, like, acts are longer in PoE 2 than they are in PoE 1. But, like, they are also literally, the whole campaign is also literally longer, so, like, yeah, they need to dial down the traverse in each zone, absolutely, yeah. I feel like you could probably, justify breaking up the areas a little bit more, reducing all of their size, and keeping the same amount of events, and it would genuinely be a lot more enjoyable to go through. I think they underestimate how much, like, the first time exploration is going to pay off compared to the 30th fucking time I've gone through this game. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a better divide we could probably have between those two things. What just dropped that made that noise? I don't see anything on my screen that would have warranted that. Oh my fucking god.
I need more time. Death is my power to wield. It's about time.
Because the other thing that worries me is they're like, oh, okay, like, when you say that, is like, okay, there's more stuff they want to put in. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But, like, does that mean they're gonna make the areas big again once they actually do that? Like, I feel like they need to... You know what would probably be fine? Is, like, making the area that had... Okay. So as many of the events happen in an area that's outside of the interconnected central hub, right? And when you're traversing that hub, you find a bunch of doorways to these different places. So you keep that place nice and dense, and then there's, like, mini dungeons for each of those things. Not too big, maybe a little complex but very small, or just kind of, like, smallish, but, like, not much to it. And I feel like that would break it up a lot more. It's my biggest concern. Having a 30-hour campaign is nice, but it's also going to be run every 3 to 4 months, and I already struggle with replaying stuff that I like to do. Yeah. So kind of like Act 10. Yeah, oh yeah, the city square, I think it is, where, like, there's 1, 2, 3... technically 4, but that goes into the cathedral, which heads up to the thing. But yeah, sort of like that. If a lot more of the areas were like that, square, one branch back to square, next branch. Yeah, no, exactly. I think that would make it a lot more palatable. Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly.
Many have died at this table. A similar method.
Give me your skill points.
Do I know?
Yeah. Shitloads of wither effect. But see, like, they're already part of the way here, right? Because, like, yeah, I snaked through the place, and I didn't take the most efficient route there. But, like, once I've gotten to a couple of places, it's like, okay, yeah, cool. I saw the other place I want to go to, let me jump over here. Like, the checkpoints are so far into making that actually really good that all they really need now is to actually, like, make the event areas their own areas, shift some of the actual area into each of those, and just have, like, bits that are smaller on, like, bigger or a lot more pieces that are smaller on average, but do require some navigation. Like, I think that would actually hit it. Because then, when you're looking for the events, there's very little downtime between them, but there is walking distance and killing monsters when you're trying to get from the entrance to the event to the actual point. And that's where you can make sure people are still killing monsters and getting the experience they need. Yeah. I really hope, yeah. Fingers crossed.
Give up all hope.
Cause like, this is the feeding trough, right? And this is so much longer than the fucking feeding trough, man.
The fool doesn't realize he's already dead.
Just sneak through here, excuse me, thank you. Oh, right, I can't get up on that little plinth there. Where did that essence... Okay.
Too soon.
Can you animation cancel it? I can animation cancel, like, all of it, I think? I don't think any of the spells actually animation lock you.
Fool! There is no time for this. Aziri will soon commune with the beast. Cease your assault.
The thing I'm talking about isn't spells not going out, although that does happen sometimes. I'm talking about an essence drain that'll just, like... See, look, if I do this, where is this gonna go? Yeah, it's harder to do in the heat of battle. Or, sorry, it's easier for that to happen in the heat of battle. It's hard for me to, like, replicate it here. But, like, what'll happen... Like, I'm not sure... I'm not sure if there's, like, queuing that's going on. But, like, if I press it, it's always going at the second where I press it, right? But I feel like if you... queue up a second... Yeah, no, that's what it's gonna be. I'm probably pressing buttons fast enough that what's happening is I'm gonna press it here and then press it here and go back, right? So press. Oh no, but it didn't do it okay. Fuck it, I'm done reproducing this shit. It's just, yeah. Potentially, it might take the mark for the queued spell either before or after, depending on certain circumstances, and if that varies at all, then it would explain the thing I'm experiencing. Did they... I don't know if I'm just getting lucky. I do not remember the path to Doriani going this quickly. I feel like I had to work a lot more for those checkpoints than I am right now. Doriani's area is always northwest. Yeah, but I feel like I had to, like, kind of zigzag a bit more.
Stop this at once.
Oh.
I take no pleasure in harming one of my own, but if you persist, I will do with her what I must.
Jesus. Fucking hell. that was a bad idea. Maybe you did what I did on my first time and just wandered around randomly a lot. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. That reminds me, did I put... Yeah, no, I did put 2 on Dark Effigy. Maybe I'll get a situation that's less shit! Yeah! Alright, hold on. Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright. Ah, damn it. Fuck you. Yeah, they certainly fucking do, and it doesn't help that I've got like next to no fizz mitigation, which I'm assuming is a portion of the damage they're doing. Oh, I'm a little bit exposed here. I don't like that. Oh, he's got cover. One moment, friends.
How can I advise?
Alright, what did we get? Something for Oswald.
If you hear a click,
Here to help.
Oh yeah, nothing there.
Be wary.
Another Chaos one to throw into the vendor. Oh, not the vendor. Oh shit, hold on. Also, like, I don't know if I like these runes as opposed to, like, the crafting stuff. The tile set is rough in maps as well. Oh, fun. But, like, these feels like Diablo gems. And I know they're not, like, advancing to a ridiculous level, but, like, they just... I don't know. Would it have really been that weird to have, like, runes feel like a downgrade? Yeah, I just... Like, I feel like you could do both of these things, where, like, you have a crafting bench that applies runes, but, like, you don't need any particular kind of, like, item for the rune to apply to the gear you're trying to put it to. You just get the sockets, and that gives you crafting, like, craft bench options to put in there. Other rarer ones are nicest drops, like random 10 div rune drops. Jesus! Yeah, I can understand, like, I understand the value of them. I just kind of wish, like... I kind of wish it was, like, rarer runes you actually needed something like that, kind of like the Kalguran crafting. But there's a bunch of just basic as shit ones that are, like... They cost you, like, an augment or a transmute or something like that. Get all of those.
Yes.
Also, like, where the fuck are my goddamn caster weapon quality items? I feel like I have so many of them for martial weapons and none for caster items. Turn crafting into another trading thing, but on the other hand, you can get extra rune slots as corruptions. Yeah, all those are super rare. I don't know. I feel like they shouldn't be, but here we are. Yeah, because I do like them, but it feels like the crafting bench with more steps. And I kind of understand, like, they wanted to move away from, like, the power of the crafting bench, but I feel like you could have moved away from that without actually removing the crafting bench, if that makes sense. Break down quality wands and scepters. I feel like I've barely found any. That's the thing. It's less like, where do I get this, and more like, I feel like I haven't gotten the opportunity to get shit. Hey, fuck off. Yeah, like that line there, where she's like, remnants of a dead empire. Girl, you traveled back in time! But I guess one of her lines does kind of inform that, where she's like, well, you're all dead anyway. I think when she goes to fight Viper. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, we're in that kind of thought process about time travel, eh? Oh, here we go. Alright. Time for me to actually use my single target setup.
So, at the eve of the end, the demon of Atzoatl has finally come for me.
Yes, yes. Resist all you like.
This ends now. Sacrifice is the only path to survival.
Oh, no. Ow.
Pathetic.
Oh, Jesus.
Best laid plan.
Ow. Can you fuck off, mate?
Rupture darkness.
The ends justify the means. Unleashed.
I need more time.
I can't give up. I must save my people.
You know why we're here. It happened. It cannot be stopped.
No, I will succeed.
We don't know if that's how the time travel in this universe works. Don't talk to me.
Thousandfold.
Yeah, the destruction of Atzoatl. So, like, that implies that Atzoatl's already died.
Crush you.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I will burn you alive.
Eh.
You think you can stand in my way? Let me show you what true intellect looks like.
Woo!
How foolish.
Oh my god, that fucking wither effect. Jesus Christ.
You think you can run?
Ow, what the...
I will crush you. The end of the world is nigh.
Did he do this in part 1? Or in non-cruel? I feel like he did.
Destruction at Atzoatl will be repaid 1,000-fold. Nothing will stand in my way. I will burn you alive.
I feel like I didn't see that electric field before. Oh, no, I have.
This is not over yet.
Yep. Not getting me with that this time, dickhead. Ow!
There is no escape. No! Do not fail me. Not now! How could this happen? All I've done. All that I sacrificed.
Your people cannot be saved. History is already written. You can stay here and die, or come with us and help save the future.
The legacy of the Val must be protected. I do know of a way to contain the beast.
Best you start talking then. My friend here isn't exactly the peacemaking type.
She's right, you know.
If only I had more time. There is an ancient weapon. A weapon that
So will you help us?
I suppose I must. But I will come to your...
It's settled then.
Alright. So now what? Speak to Doriani in the cigarette. Oh, whoops. Hey.
Now then, it is time we departed. Activate the portal. We will see about it. It begins.
What do we do? Hurry! Help me get her inside!
Oh, did the thing happen?
So, I'm still alive after being hit in the face by the cataclysm. I'd almost say unlucky.
You're awake! Oh, I thought you might not make it. There's a lot to go over. When you've pulled yourself together, speak with Doriani. It's a good thing we resolved our differences when we did. Without Doriani, we'd have died out there. I saw the sky, the people. They were... well... let's just say I now understand why Val ruins look the way they do.
I see. Hey.
So, you are mostly unscathed. That is good. Unfortunately, Rayclast was not so lucky. It has been devastated by the cataclysm and is no longer habitable. Grieving would only be a waste of precious time. We must face reality and make difficult choices. We are living the worst possible outcome, but I did anticipate every contingency. Before us is a translocation device, which should allow us to open portals to a wide range of coordinates across Rayclast. With this, we can reclaim the world from the grasp of corruption, so that civilization can one day return to its former heights. There was some damage, but while you were unconscious, we worked to repair the machine. I believe it will function as desired, but it must be tested. That is where you come in. By placing waystones in the machine, they will help calibrate the journey. The corruption at the destination will respond to both the energies we use and that we ourselves expect to find. Let us use this malleability to our advantage. Let us see if the machine is still capable.
So... I don't know if they're giving the game away plot-wise, or if this is a stopgap. Because if I was to read into that, that makes it sound like present Rayclast had another cataclysm from the Countess's beast. Because the thing that... okay, hang on, let me... So we're in the past, and then the cataclysm goes off, and then we find ourselves... Also, what? I thought I killed... Didn't I kill her already? I feel like I did. Oh, whatever. Didn't mark it complete. Okay, fair enough. Wait, so... Oh man, I'm so curious if this framing is going to continue into the game being fully released. Because the implication here, because we're in a ziggurat refuge in the past, and we're using this device to jump around Rayclast, implies that our Atlas is actually Rayclast post-Val Cataclysm. Oh man, do I think this is... But then what does that mean for the Atlas? Like, we've now... If this is the case, and assuming this is the case... Well, and I have to also remember that in marketing material, they did call it the Atlas, and they're still called passive Atlas things. So, like, this Doriani framing might honestly be a bit of a stopgap, where it's like, oh, why do you have the map device... Or why are you doing map device things, at the end of Act 3, you're, cleansing Rayclast of corruption. That's right. Feel like it's a stopgap, but they also recorded voice lines for it, so I don't know. Yeah. Because I could also believe that, like, either past is actually a lie, and once the full game is out, this is actually the present, and we're dealing with present Rayclast because another beast cataclysm happens. So there are two scenarios: either this entire framing is made up, or it isn't made up, but they actually made Act 3 a believable point at which you could do that anyway. Which is kind of impressive, assuming they don't actually fuck up the way they're gonna tell their story. But if we are just going around Rayclast healing corruption, like, there's literally a cosmic threat, a cosmic realm that has been sitting potentially untouched for 20-something years. Or, well... Atlas actually would be a cheeky way of saying, no, it's just an Atlas of Rayclast, because it's basically just a map at the end of the day. And it could be that in canon, like, Kirak and other exiles are actually still fighting in the Cosmic Atlas. Could just be for familiar language. Yeah. Because I have to imagine that, like, the form this is taking is the end game they want, right? Because, like, the most believable thing is that they... maybe they did even record some dialogue, right? Because I would also believe that they've got just the voice actor for Doriani around. So they're like, hey, we've actually changed priorities on the story. Can you record these lines, and we're going to prioritize doing a little bit more work there, and then come back to the story voice lines later on? Because it sounds like Doriani might just be with us for the rest of the game. And if that's the case, then they probably just have his voice. Like, I would actually believe that. Endgame is supposedly done very quickly. I mean, if you've already got the voice actor around for that, like, I wouldn't put it past it for them to just be like, while you're in the booth, here's some extra lines to say. Regardless, the least believable thing is that the entire kind of, like, not the ground up, but, like, the visuals of the entire Atlas in this is actually different from what it's going to be. I feel like that's just not right. Like, we're not going to suddenly magically put that grid system into a cosmic Atlas. I feel like that probably doesn't make sense, like, logistically. That would be a lot of wasted work. So I have to believe that, like, the aesthetic and all of that of the literal Atlas map is the same. But that either means we are looking at the Cosmic Atlas and that is what it looks like. It just so happens we can also kind of imply it looks like Rayclast. Or it is actually Rayclast. In which case, like, first of all, what the fuck happened? What in the case that we're dealing with a cosmic Rayclast, oh, sorry, a Cosmic Atlas at the end, is there still going to be a cataclysm with the Beast? And if it is like a Rayclast Atlas, then what in the fuck is going to happen with the Cosmic one? Oh! Okay, actually, you know what? Oh man, I didn't actually think of this. I think this is most likely the most... this is the most likely scenario. Path of Exile 1's endgame just can continue on, and it exists in its own bubble, because it is literally the Cosmic Atlas. Meanwhile, Path of Exile 2's Atlas can exist in Rayclast in the future, and neither of them ever have to meet. Unless they want to. In which case, they can actually literally contrive the ways in which they overlap, rather than having to account for, well, shit, we just added this thing in Path of Exile 1's Atlas, so now that has to kind of be reflected in Path of Exile 2, which would be a fucking nightmare. Oh, man. No, it really isn't. It's not at all, Valk. Because I feel like we don't even touch on... I feel like we don't even touch on, the kind of overlap the Beast from Path of Exile... Well, Sin's original Beast and its connection with the Atlas. With the Cosmic Atlas. I don't think we've even touched on that, which is the stepping stone of everyone understanding that there is an Atlas, because that's that kind of through line of the dreaming that people have from the Beast get people to start investigating what this, like, dreamscape actually is, which is why Theopolis and Oriath and the Templar eventually end up building the Reverie device, which leads into the Atlas, which leads to the Elder being released by, what's his face from Synthesis? Could also be the Atlas is discovered with this first-gen map device later in the story. Yeah. Man, I'm really damn curious how this whole thing actually works. And hell, like, I think... Oh, no, that isn't the original map device. But there's also other people around here?
Yes.
Hi?
I did not undertake the trial alone, but I did emerge a victor. I earned myself the role of High Priestess, as is custom. Had I possessed less willpower and skill, I would have earned a role that was less important. I would be dead now, out there with the rest of the chaff, rather than here, serving Doriani. You should ask him about his trial. His strategy caused quite a stir, but it made Chaos laugh, so it worked. You are not worthy to speak to me on your own. However, after intensively discussing her bloodline, I have determined that Alva technically qualifies as Val. She has vouched for you as her servant, so I will speak to you if you insist.
Oh, fuck. Oh my god.
Yes,
Did you...
I'll be here.
What?
Him better when I killed him.
Who? Wait, who did you kill? Oh, wait! Ketsuli? The guy we fought in... Kitsuli was the one we killed in, the Temple of Kopek. Fuck! Oh my god! Okay, that makes a bit more sense now. Okay, hold on. We've got some lore dubs here. I need to see these out before I end the stream.
Yes. In a time of minimal sentience, and most of it mad, what you encounter out there can be quite malleable. What we expect to find can shape things. The energies we use in our translocation device can influence outcomes. That device was made possible, after all, by a very special patron. They are likely watching us even now, and finding great humor in our travails.
Chaos?
I was told many cryptic things. I was asked to... no, I shouldn't say. I don't understand. At least not yet. I was told this was the only way, yet still, I fought to find another path. I believe we make our own fates. But here we are. If only I had the full picture. Of course.
I also noticed Sin isn't here. But yeah.
What is it?
Hi, you have an info dump for me?
Of all the cultures that surround us, those of the Vastiri are the closest to what might be called a neighboring empire. As much as I distrust them, I do hope they survived the cataclysm. There has to be someone still alive out there. The sea tribes are largely a mystery to us. We rarely concern ourselves with sailing. Some of our merchants did trade for their jade, though they learned to enact such exchanges indirectly. The Karoi too often carry disease, a strange blood fever that drives them into a rage, especially if our merchants linger in their presence. Keeping the Karoi at a distance is merely a sensible precaution.
Huh.
What is an Ezomite? I have never heard of such a people. You don't mean the Kaltu, do you? No, that wouldn't make sense.
I mean, that makes sense. The Ezomites... The Ezomites were a people that were... Oh my god, actually, you know, see, this is a kind of thing I still didn't get after playing through PoE 1. Ezomites. PoE. I feel like... Oh, no, 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 no. No, sorry, I'm thinking of a different one. So they have a history extending to the Protoval, but they also fought in the Purity Rebellion. So it's possible that the two cultures just never met. I feel like the Ezamites took in Val refugees though after the Cataclysm. I could be remembering that wrong, but I feel like there was something like that. Anyway.
Trappist never changes. If they still live, I doubt they've noticed this cataclysm at all. Too sedated from their favorite vapors. Pathetic.
Trathis. Oh, Trathis. Oh, I think Trathis is another continent or something? No. I feel like, oh yeah, Trathis powder was a thing Sin wanted us to get. I don't think that's come up in PoE 2 at all. Fucking asking them about Oriath, are you serious?
I can only hope the Asmiri have been protected from this disaster by the high walls of their mountain valleys. They alone are the sole culture on Rayclass that I do not find distasteful. They remind me of how the Val must once have been. Astute, kind and wise, but new to the ways of the world. A small cult makes their home on that island. They were banished from the Asmiri at some point. They may be far enough away to have survived the cataclysm.
Oh, I guess they know the island, not like Theopolis, though. Yeah, that's
Very
dumb.
little survived of the culture we call the Primevals. They left only glyphs and carvings. There were a few figures of note in the books I studied.
Oh.
Uzaza was likely their first king. Aul, called their last king, overthrew a tyrant named Putembo, or so I believe. There was a Kelly, too, who the Marikath would know more about than I. Unlike many other cultures, their runes are often found in the ash layer itself. It's no wonder only stone remnants remain.
Oh, I wonder if that's got to do with the fire around the Protoval.
Go.
Yes. Fate is not a matter of belief. My experiments have shown that time is, forgive me, your descended peasant dialect is odd. In the law speech, it would not be stone, not exactly. I believe you would call it crystal. Time is a solid pattern substance. It does not change. What has happened will always have happened. What will happen, though it is unknown to us, has already happened. That is not to say you do not have free will.
Oh man, I really hope we get to talk to Hinakura again.
A man has many fates. Chaos knows this, and they have taught us well when we have chosen to listen. You may have 50 fates, or 1,000, or just 2. They are all out there in the crystalline patterns of time. Carved channels for the river of your experiences, your mind. All your fates exist, but you will only experience one. Choice is the true power a man has. Time is not entirely hidden. Perhaps you have seen it, perhaps not. Men and beasts trapped in crystal. Not trapped at all. Just a moment in time, seen from afar, like peering through a lens.
Huh. That's an interesting way you could look at essences. Applying a fixed point of time to an item to make it have something... Huh.
She will rip your heart out if you let her. Some less metaphorically than others. And that brother of hers is even worse.
Brother?
Doriani is the greatest hero of our era. The brightest mind our civilization ever produced. Had he more time, he could have extended our reach across the entire world. Perhaps farther. The stars themselves would not have been beyond our grasp. Had he but time. I was supposed to give him that, but I failed. What do I live for now? On with the work.
Given how much dialogue these two have, I'm leaning towards them. This may actually being the real thing. Also, hi? Hello? Can we talk to you, maybe? You look kind of important.
Hello there. If it helps, history does tell of a slow recovery after the Cataclysm. It's likely the future we knew was only possible because of the work we're doing here. Every bit of corruption you cleanse helps build Rayclast as we experienced it. And if you don't, well, perhaps you and I might never exist. Crazy to think about, isn't it?
That's a really strange way to, like, avoid going into the Cosmic Atlas by, like, going back in time and having you go through... Oh, yeah, that's fucking weird. Explore the rest of this area before we... I might do at least, like, one map to see what shit looks like, but... Oh, we're probably in... We're probably in the Temple of Kopek in the past. But that would mean Doriani never left. Oh man, having a lot of questions in my head right now.
Rayclast is wounded and broken. We must reshape its future and heal it anew. The initial cataclysmic event is over, but corruption is still radiating from certain locations. From these points, it spreads like a disease. Travel to one of these regions and investigate. We must know why it is still spreading. Report back to me with your findings, and we will plan our next move. You must start with the areas of least corruption. They are still deadly, but should be survivable for short spans. Cleanse enough of them to give us an outside foothold.
I see. Reliquary Vault, Realm Gate, Coalesced Corruption. Monsters slain close together have a chance to... Oh, yep. Also with maps, Doriani sells infinite tier 1 maps, and you can combine 3 maps of a tier for a higher tier 1.
Probably shouldn't do that here.
I see.
Go on.
5,000 gold. Okay.
Go.
Alright, let's at least do one map then. Oh yeah, baby. Jesus Christ. Wait, what is this? Oh, Arbiter, right. Oh man. I gotta have a read through all this shit. So, there isn't any, like, delirium nodes on this this center tree outside of this, right? Well, yeah, right. I guess the way you guarantee mechanics is by using the towers and the tablets, not by... Yeah, right. Like, nexus of corruption and points in this tree. Lead nodes have their own mini-trees. Yeah. But yeah, the whole thing is that the mechanics aren't chances. They either are or aren't present on the maps in the area. Alright. Let's see if I get dumpstered. Yeah, it's just roll before you enter the net now. Yeah. Oh, God bless. Rares being identified on the map.
Putrefy.
Sister. Woo! Oh, sick. Too bad I have nothing that actually scales that damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why did you open the chest, girl? I can. Oh, I've got to put chain back on. Ooh. Thank you.
Scatter before me! Putrefy!
Oh, those little shitheads almost ran around me. God damn. Oh, man, this area is curving like a motherfucker. Trying to, like, stick to a wall so I don't lose my way. Oh. Game? OBS is actually picking up... Wait, what? Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is so weird. So, the game has frozen on my main screen, but the game froze on my main screen, but OBS is still recording. So, like, I'm moving right now, but I'm looking at it by I'm doing it by moving, by watching OBS. What the fuck is going on, dude? Okay, hold on. Get the fuck out of here. Hold on. Yeah, it's moving on stream. Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the OBS preview and, like, seeing the game. What the fuck? That's crazy. Oh, it's thinking. Yeah, honestly, maybe I should have just... Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna... exit Path of Exile. Okay, game's moving. That's bizarre.
The device still functions, despite the damage the Cataclysm caused. Good. Now, using the device, you must seek out major sources of corruption for us to cleanse. Of course.
Right. Well, okay then.
Go on.
Nope, no movement speed. Rip.
Yes.
Wait, who do I disenchant with? Is it you? It is you. Alright. Yeah, I think I'll probably leave it there then. Oh, actually, one question I do have. Do I get access to a hideout now? End game? Oh yeah, that's the Atlas. Ooh, whoa. Hello. Oh, right. Yeah, you need to find one in the Atlas to actually have a hideout. If I already had one in the store, how would I... If I already... Like, I don't know if I have one to be... Okay, Alva's moved. I don't know if I have one.
Hello.
But how would I change my hideout?
Go on. Go.
There'd be a hideout icon on the TP menu. Maybe I have to find at least one beforehand. Either that or I don't actually have one, which is probably the more likely scenario. Ooh, jeez. I think that might be a center of corruption. But yeah, I think we're going to leave it there then. The major thing I wanted to make sure I got streamed was the story bit. And yeah, it turns out there was a lot to chew on there. And the more dialogue there was about the fact that we're cleansing Rayclass from the past. Yeah, I'm gonna... okay, this might be more indicative of what's actually happening with the story than just a guess. Or just a stopgap. We only take a few maps to get one anyway, pretty common. Yeah. That's all good. Huh. Honestly, that was not what I would have picked for what we were actually doing in the Atlas. Because, like, the Cosmic Atlas is such an awesome kind of mechanical thing to have, in terms of the fact that it could just be fucking anything. But I also do like the idea that actually, we can keep Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2's endgames separate, so they don't even need to necessarily affect one or the other. Beyond, like... I mean, there are already things in, like, the cosmic level that have demonstrably had an impact on the non-cosmic Atlas parts of the game world. For example, the Searing Exarch and the whole thing with Sin and Innocence. But I do actually like the idea that, like, and it kind of feels very thematic too, where, like, PoE 1 is delving into the cosmic unknown and reaching heights that are, like, fucking crazy, whilst PoE 2 has like a much more grounded, focused kind of goal. And that is reflected in the fact that we're actually in Rayclass proper rather than just in the Atlas. But then I don't know, like, there's a part of me that's still like, wait, but that doesn't make any sense. Why would Rayclass, like, essentially look completely random? Like, surely at some... Well, actually, no. I guess we're talking about the Rayclass in the past, so none of the things we would have seen in PoE 1 would have been there. And this is so far in the past that the Val are basically the only civilization that would have left its mark. But then what the fucking fuck are these things? You're telling me that there was, like, some eldritch... Oh my god! But no, the Cleansing Fire and the Protoval. Hold on. Fuck, where is it? The Great Fire. Cataclysmic events. Flavor text of rolling flames, a jewel, may provide clues about the nature of the fire. The flames swept from north to south, growing taller as they consumed the land. Oh, man. And that explains why, like, different cultures have captured the fucking keys to these monoliths. It's because we're on Rayclass and those cultures are just around. Oh my god. Bro. Oh man. I don't think I'm gonna stream enough of the endgame to really, like, piece the put the pieces together on stream. And I feel like, to some degree, that's just gonna be me. That's just gonna be a me thing. I will put those together privately, and then I'll info dump about it. That'll give me something to info dump during fucking League starts. God knows I'll need a lot to talk about if I'm playing, if I'm going through a Path of Exile 2 League start. Yeah, okay. Alright. I have a lot of questions. that are likely not going to be answered for a long time. Until the next story beats come out. Which is probably not going to be for a while yet, because I imagine they want to release 4, 5, and 6 all together, because, like I've said before, I feel like it'd be a bit too weird to try and fit in, oh, let's just add Act 4. Then what the fuck happens with Cruel? Is that just 2 and 3? And then once you add 5, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Cruel 3. Like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah. Wow, I wasn't expecting such a, like, hit there at the end in terms of the actual, connective tissue between the campaign and the endgame. But man, I'm very curious to see where this story goes. Oh, God. I also need to kind of process it a bit more too, but that's going to be something I do off-stream. Yeah, so, that's going to be it for me today. Don't know if I'm going to be streaming during the week. With Easter coming up and my time off, then I'll probably be stream light until we get to the weekend. I don't have any solid plans yet. I need to talk to people about some things I might want to try and do, like, during the week, now that I would have some time to actually catch up with them. But yeah, it may not be too stream heavy. I'm still figuring that out. And I don't think I want to talk about anything that's not going to get confirmed. Because some of it I might just go, fuck it, I'm not even going to stream that. I'm just going to play games with my friends that I don't usually get to. But yeah, we'll see. At the very least, I think the weekend's probably going to be similar. This weekend, I know I've got something on Sunday from the thing that was cancelled a couple of weeks ago. So I'll have to talk to Mina about when we can do Ace Attorney. But I think the weekends are just gonna... the weekends are gonna probably be pretty fixed in terms of what we do then, which is FF16 and Ace Attorney. Beyond that, we'll see. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, excuse me. So, thank you very much for watching live on the VODs. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I hope to see you all next time.